Hello and welcome to the Define Marketing YouTube channel. Today we're going to talk about 5 quick wins for lead generation on your WordPress website. So, lead generation is extremely important for business growth. If you don't have new fresh leads coming into your business on a regular basis, then your business isn't growing and you run the risk of going backwards or collapsing. So, here's 5 quick wins that we're going to cover in the video. So the first one, optimize your contact forms. So what we want you to do is to simplify the form. Keep the contact forms short and only ask for the essential information you need to collect. So if all you need to add somebody to your mailing list is their first name and an email address, then just take that information. You don't need to request phone numbers and things like that for a simple thing like that. Now, if it's a contact form, for example, where it's important that you actually ring up and have a conversation with the client, then I can understand the need for a phone number there. But you might have, for example, on that form, first name and last name, an email address, a phone number, and maybe a notes section where they can provide additional information about why they're contacting you. So keep your forms simple. The next one is to strategically place your forms. So ensure that the forms on your website are easily accessible, such as make sure that they're, front and foremost on a landing page or at the end of a blog post, so that if somebody lands on your landing page and the whole aim of the page is for them to contact you, well, make it easy for them to do that. Put that right near the front and maybe even have it repeat a few times down the page. Or the other option, have buttons that say contact us, and when they click it, it scrolls down to the form for you. The other thing, as mentioned, have a form at the end of a blog post so that if somebody reads your post and it inspires them, they jump straight down to the bottom of the page when they finish reading it and they can reach out and contact you. And use clear call to actions. So if the purpose of your form is to request a quote, make sure that it's clear on your page or on any buttons that link to the form that they are requesting a quote. If it's simply for them to get in touch, clearly state that it is to get in touch. If the form is there, once again, to sign up to a mailing list, for example, then just describe exactly what it is that people are going to be getting themselves into when they complete the form. Always make sure that you have a bit of a privacy disclaimer there as well. And also, if you are, make sure your website is covered by privacy policies for all of the form contacts and things like that. So the next thing we're going to discuss is to create a high value lead magnet. So offer something valuable. Lead magnets like eBooks or white papers or checklists that provide value to your target market. So for example, if you were, say, a personal trainer and you were focusing on, getting new PT clients. So one of the things you could offer would be a checklist of, that says, hey, congratulations, you're looking at getting some personal training done. Here are some steps to take before your first personal training session, and here are some tips on how to prepare for that first session. Something like that gives people an added value and says, hey, you need to come and talk to me because I'm an expert in the area. The next one is to promote your lead magnets. So display lead magnets prominently on your website. So say, for example, we go back to that analogy from a second ago, you're looking at your website, anywhere that could potentially lead to somebody becoming a client, whether that's the bottom of a page, after a blog post or anything like that, you should always have a call to action and a high value lead magnet. That's a great combination. Obviously, don't use a lead magnet if you don't need to, but having something that's valuable, that's easily accessible, that's clearly displayed on your website really helps to make sure that you're building that conversion rate. The next option is to use what they call gated content. So gated content is where somebody gives you, say, their first name and their email address, gets added to your mailing list in exchange for access to that lead magnet. So it's really quite common nowadays. Just about every website you go to that has a lead magnet is going to be saying to you, hey, can you please let me know where, here's my email address, here's my name, and they will send you out the lead magnet, usually via email, or once they've completed the form, it'll take them straight to the download. So key point number 2, create high-value lead magnets. Now, the next one we're looking at is leveraging pop-ups and slide-ins. Now, personally, I hate them, but they are effective and they work. So use exit intent pop-ups. So what an exit intent pop-up is when somebody's on your page, and you would have seen this on websites when you visit them, just as you're about to click to close the page, something pops up and says, hey, would you like this for free? Or would you like this discount code? So that's an exit intent pop-up, and it's really effective at dragging somebody back to viewing the page and keeping them on your website for longer. The next one is limit frequency. So avoid overwhelming visitors by having pop-ups every time they visit. Most pop-up software will allow you to set a pop-up that happens, and if it's closed, it stays closed for 30 days, 60 days, 90 days, however long you want to set that for. My recommendation would be a minimum of 30 days. If somebody closes it, let it stay closed for 30 days at the minimum. And the next part of that is to do some A/B split testing with your pop-ups. So that's where you would have 2 different versions of a pop-up, and they would display randomly, and after a period of time you can actually collect the data from which one was more effective, i.e. which one got completed more often, which one got more conversions, and then you can see what your audience is actually more interested in and target that with any future pop-ups and stuff like that. So that's key point number 3. The next one is key point number 4, which is to implement live chat. Visitors nowadays want to know as much information as possible as soon as possible. So engage your visitors in real time by using live chat. So there are so many different options for live chat out there nowadays, including just connecting up your Facebook Messenger. Platforms like HubSpot provide live chat with most of their platforms. And then you've got, dedicated solutions such as live chat itself, which is a company that started live chat quite some time ago. The next one is automate some of the responses. You can't afford to be sitting there all day answering random questions, especially if you've got a popular website. So automate some of those responses by setting up a chat bot or something like that that responds to the common questions that your clients ask. And collect the contact information. Sometimes you're not going to be able to be there, so the first thing you should always do is get your live chat session to collect their name and their email address, phone number if it's relevant. That way, if something happens or you get disconnected, there is always the option to be able to reach out to that person and continue the discussion. It also gives you the opportunity to continue the discussion offline. So that is key point number 4, implementing live chat. Now, the next one is a big one, and that is to use social proof. So whether that is showcasing testimonials, so a testimonial, just to give you a quick rundown, that's where somebody has done business with you and they've left a favorable review about your business. Now, that can be done in writing, it can be done in audio, and it can be done in video. Obviously, video is going to have much more of an impact than text. However, the most common thing you'll see is people leaving testimonials and reviews on platforms like Google, and the ability to pull that in and draw it up onto your website. So showcasing testimonials is a big one. The other one is highlighting case studies. So especially going back to the example earlier of a fitness industry, you'll see that a lot of people in the fitness industry showcase before and after photos of clients that they've worked with. And this is highlighting a case study of how effective it can be to work with that particular personal trainer or that, and the types of results you can expect to see. And then the final part of this using social proof is to include trust badges. So add logos of trusted partners or certifications or any of those sorts of things that enhance your credibility. Having that visible on your website makes a massive difference, and it really encourages people to want to work with you. Okay, so they're the 5 quick wins for lead generation on your website. So they were optimizing your contact forms, creating high-value lead magnets, leveraging pop-ups and slide-ins, implementing live chat, and using social proof. Now, I really think that you should jump in and implement as many of these tips as you possibly can on your website, and let us know if these tips are working for you, or leave a comment below on what things you've tried that work. We'd love to hear from you. Now, the other thing is, if you are a business owner and you're looking for marketing education that's clear and easy to understand, check out the other videos on our channel, because we go through a lot of stuff to do with digital marketing, and we put out videos on a fairly regular basis. So feel free to browse and look through all of those. So thank you for watching this video. I hope you've gotten something out of it, and I'd love it if you could like, comment, or subscribe on the video below, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one.